Again, this is a 6 series. Like I said, it's 6 series: season 1, season 2, season 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to be reviewing all the deaths in each of these seasons. Guys, are you ready? Then let's jump right into it and see where our first death occurred.
Who's that? Shit.
Again, this is season 1, episode 1 of Animal Kingdom. This plot and this scene set the tone of the entire O series. Like I said, it did not take 1 minute for the first death to occur. And I'm going to explain why this entire series is so powerful and why I love this series so much. The themes, the connections, the suspense, everything about this series is perfect. Perfect. The person who planned and who directed this movie, again, should have won a very big award. I don't know what people are looking at, but let's jump into this first death. And I'm going to touch more on this death and the cause of this death and what consequence this kind of things can cause in today's society.
What's she taking?
Heroin.
What she's taking? Heroin. You heard that? Heroin. Okay. Let me touch more on that subject. Drugs is bad for human health. If you are a drug addict, you need to cut that crap off. Not good. It's not making you any better. It only leads to faster death. That's why this death is only occurred in Animal Kingdom in the first 53 seconds of the movie. What does that tell you? That tells you that drugs are the fastest killer of human beings. It took only 53 seconds to kill Jay's mother. That's how bad drugs can be. Gone, you can even get to the hospital. You know, with drugs, you die on the spot. You know, let's continue looking at it. So the person that they're making assessment on is, her name is Julia. Julia is actually Jay's mother. Jay is just sitting in the couch watching his movie while his mother passed away right by his side. Because Jay can't do nothing to heroin. It is the fastest killer. You can't do anything. There is no putting the person in a cold water. There is no giving the person some kind of medication or oil to drink. Nah, she's gone. And Jay sitting there, powerless, telling you that how powerful drugs can be. and how powerful drug can affect our life. This scene right here set the tone for this entire whole series. And Julia, a great young girl who could have been very, very smart, reach her height in education, her height in everything, pass away by drugs. We're going to see more and more with the coming episode. Let's keep watching. Jay mother passed away from heroin. She is the first death in the entire whole series. This death occurred in 53 seconds of the series beginning, season 1, episode 1. And the first death is caused by heroin, drugs. Drugs are powerful substance. We should avoid them. We should avoid them completely and wholly. Throw them away. If you have friends that does drugs, I think you should start thinking twice. You should start advising yourself. It will kill you. It will send you to your early grave. That's how drugs sent Julia to her early grave. That was the first death in Animal Kingdom. That's season 1, episode 1. Julia passed away in 53 seconds. Let's jump into the second death of this series. This is going to be the second death in Animal Kingdom. And the second death occurred in the same season 1, episode 1, whereby a police officer who took on a second job, they call it moon washing. It's a second job whereby, you make extra money to kind of meet family demands. So he's doing a second job as a security officer while he is also a cop. And unluckily, he passed away on the job. So let's look at that scene carefully, and I'm going to tell you more about the themes, the scenes, and how this relates to normal life today we live in.
Let's go. Go.
So I'm going to stop it here. So this is the Cody family. The Cody family is made up of Smurf, which is the mother, Julia, who passed away in 53 seconds, which is the older daughter of Smurf, and Hope, Cody, who is also called Andrew. And under that, you find Craig, Darren, and J. Cody, which is Joshua Cody, who is the son of Julia and the grandson of Smurf. So in this scene, you see right there, they're pulling a smash and grab job, for high-end jewelries and stuff like that. After scouting the area, the south side was not supposed to have a police officer or a night watch. But unfortunately, these guys are positioned here today, even though they did their scout and everything. So probably these guys are using more random kind of I would say police or officing. Like they don't like stay on shift; they randomly place themselves in the environment. That's why they show up here on the south side today when the Cody family thinks these guys are not going to be here. So you're going to hear the conversation and what happened to this officer.
There! God damn it! You said there'd be no security on the south end till 6. Stop your car! Drive, man, drive! Now! Go, 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 go! Bump up against the dump, steal them off! Guys, what are you doing? Stop! Punch it!
Officer is dead because he was trying to stop the vehicle. He jumped on the vehicle. He's not supposed to do that. As police officer, we should protect society. I agree. We should stop criminals. I agree. But you cannot put your life at risk when you can't stop the criminal. So something for police officers to think twice before making dumb decisions. I would say this is a very dumb decision by that police officer. Derek is Darren is driving this car, and this police officer who is a night guard, working for extra money to meet family demands, jump on the car, and Derek slammed the police officer on a dumpster, and the police officer died. In the preceding seasons, you're going to see how this death led to the huge investigation launched on the Cody family because of this police officer. But again, your life is very important than the job you're doing. You can't put your life at risk over a job because sometimes we have insurance covering these goods and services. So life, there is no insurance in life. You only have one life. If you're gone, you're gone. You're gonna lose. Your family is gonna lose. Your friends are gonna lose, and your relatives are gonna lose. Even your child and unborn child are gonna lose. So you don't want to put your life at risk over a job. I don't care where you work. Nah, don't do that. If you can't stop the threat, back off. Okay, take a step back and back off. You can stop the threat, let them go. There are CCTV cameras, there are other things they can find these guys another day. Okay, or insurance will cover the losses. And this officer who is working as a night guard for a small jewelry store lost his life. This was the second death in the series. Let's just take this to the end of the scene.
Whoa! Who's that? Shit.
Okay, that's how that's main scene end up. Police officer who is acting as a night guide died on the scene because he acted stupidly. He should have backed down, let them go, and fight another day. Also, criminals who are doing such thing get hurt as well. As you can see, Craig got shot on that scene because, doing such activities in society can lead to death and big consequences. and you will be held accountable for your actions. That's exactly what I pick at from those scenes, right? Officer acting impulsively and jump recklessly, jump on a car, got slammed to a dumpster, died. Craig, who live in society, thinks that stealing from business owner is good, got shot, almost died, but he survived and live another day. These are the two deaths in season one, episode one. Let's jump to more other deaths. Don't worry, I've put everything together. I've piled all the deaths together. Take my time, watch the times, and I have to do my due diligence for you guys. Don't forget to hit the like button and follow Risk Room HQ podcast. We're having our first host in this channel soon. Okay, let's get on the date, man.
Here. Time.
So I'm going to explain again what happened here. This was when a DEA agent who was investigating the Cody family thought something, again, drugs are very bad for you as a human being. I don't care what you're taking. You know, the best thing you should be drinking, this should be your drugs. Water. If you want to live long, this is your best drug. Another drug you need to take, fruit or root of fruits. Those are the things you should be taking. They will help you so much. They will clean your system and make you live a better life. Drugs kill you faster, get you in trouble you can't get yourself out. These things dispute that. The lady in the back, that is Josh, which is Joshua Cody, the grandson of Smurf and the son of Julia. That right here is Atisha. Atisha is head on some drug stuff as well. So now the DEA officer is working her to get information on the Cody family because he is Josh teacher. So you see how drug is very important in a bad way. You have to pay attention to these things. Drugs are very, very bad for you. Leave it. Let it go. Let it go and focus on important stuff.
But they made the mistake of getting into business with Janine Cody, Day's grandmother. She suspected they were informants, sent her son Andrew to burn the house down.
This is the third and fourth kill in the season. They didn't show the people, but as you can hear, Andrew, which is Smurf sons, which is the second son of Smurf, the first son of Smurf, second child of Smurf. Andrew is someone I really want to talk about his character a lot and how that character plays a lot in society. When mental health issue becomes important, families and parents should take it very seriously, right? Andrew was not treated. Andrew has some mental issues. The mother should have helped him out when he was very young. The mother ignored that and started teaching him all this bad stuff. So bad stuff on top of mental issue make Andrew very unpredicted. Andrew is the best character in this entire whole series. It's my favorite because I sympathize with him, what he went through physically, mentally, but he's so organized and so clean. He shares the same values, like when it comes to his cleanliness, like me. I remember watching this series with my wife, and my wife said, yo, he does the same thing like you. If somebody shifts anything you put in some place, you will definitely know that that thing moves. And you will see how Andrew figure out when DA officer came to his house, wipe out the camera, but he forgot to put the zero, you know, how Andrew put the zero. And Andrew knew somebody came into the house. So he's very detail oriented, organized, is he has a lot of value. I think his mother just played on his character a lot in this movie. And that led Andrew into some bad stuff. He should have gotten treatment so he can feel better. But yeah, Emilio and Carmel died in this plot, in this entire whole house plot, because Smurf sent Andrew to burn the house down. Emilio and Carmel are the parents of Catherine, who is Baz's wife.
We found Carmen here. She was lucky. She died of smoke inhalation before her skin started to burn off. We could only confirm it was her after we sent the teeth to the lab. Emilio, he must have tried to run. Found him by the door. Part of the burning ceiling fell, severed his torso. March 3rd, 1997.
So the last people to inform on the Codys for you burned to death.
That is the end of this whole conversation, because again, informing against the Cody has a lot of bad consequences, you know. And Emilio and Karma pay the price. Their death also relates to what I'm talking about: society. The people you live around with, the people you associate yourself with, determines how long you're going to be on earth, determines how fast you're going to die. Again, you heard the DA officer said they got into business with the Cody, they died so early. And that's how Catherine, who is Baz's wife, lost both parents. And I believe both parents are also adopted. They adopted her. I believe so. I don't think they are real parents. She was adopted into this family. But yeah, in this scene, we see how the DA officer is telling Jay Tisha, how Karma and Emilio died from a burned down house set up by um, Smurf and done and carried out by Andrew Cody, who is Smurf's son.
And you want me to get Jay to do the same thing?
He's not one of them.
So let's jump to the other death reaction. This is also a very important death. As you're watching through, pay attention. This death you're going to see is very, very important. This is Smurf. I don't know if you caught her face, but right here is Smurf. The old Smurf, not the young Smurf. This is Smurf. We are going to look into Smurf mother's death right now, which is Miriam. And this set a lot of the precedent of this entire series. So let's take a look at what happened here. Right there. So this happened way when Smurf was younger. That was Smurf. And that is her mother laying on the floor. Her mother, I believe she worked as a cashier in a grocery store. And by that time, she was, doing petty jobs, and running around with guys, doing drugs, heavily drugs, and living inside a car. The guy she was running with, his name is Isaiah. Very, very kind of dumb character in the entire series. You're never gonna know about that character until it pops out, and you're gonna start learning more about how Isaiah, Smurf, and Mariam, which is Smurf mother, get entangled. So that Smurf mother shot to death by Isaiah because Isaiah want to do away with Smurf mother's car, which is a old kind of, I believe it's a Chevrolet. At that time would be very expensive and very valuable. And the mother loved that car and Isaiah wanted the car. So Isaiah figured out the best way to do it is to just get rid of her. The people you hang around with matters a lot, right? They're gonna get rid of you. They're gonna do away with your stuff. That's what happened to Smurf mother. And in this scene, they're not gonna talk about Smurf mother in the entire whole series, but only this main scene captured her when she died. And that's Smurf right there. Yep. This is the old Smurf. The young Smurf was just looking at her mother on the floor. This is the old Smurf. So that's another death in season 1, episode 7. We're gonna jump right into the next death.
So beautiful there. Yes. We can still go away together.
Before I play this scene for you, let me talk about the characters and what the tune this scene set up. Right there is Andrew Cody, who is the son of Smurf, and to the right is Catherine. Catherine is the wife to Baz, who is not Smurf's son, but kind of Smurf adoptee into Smurf family. Andrew and Catherine had a past as well. They were into something. They had feeling for each other. But Andrew is a strange person. He has his own ways of doing things because of his illness, his mental illness. And Baz stole Catherine from Andrew. So in this whole scene, what happened was that a DA officer was walking Catherine, trying to make Catherine a CI, a confidential informant. But Catherine don't want that kind of life because Catherine know what the Cody's family can do to you. She knew very well the consequence of, snitching against Smurf. And Smurf found that, without going into the nitty and stuff, Smurf just told Andrew to get rid of her. And in this scene, you will see Catherine talking to Andrew like if they have passed before and stuff like that, and trying to bring those emotions and feelings back. But Andrew is here for a job. And like in the movie, nobody ever said no to Smurf. When Smurf said yes, it's yes. It's very difficult to say no to Smurf. And Andrew is gonna get the job done at the end of the day, no matter if him and Catherine had a past or if Catherine had feeling for him, even if they did have sex in the same scene. you know, that's how powerful Smurf is like. No one says no to Smurf.
take Lena, start a new life. I'll go first. And then when it's safe, you can meet us. Costa Rica. On Belize.
Catherine knew what Andrew is here for. Catherine is just trying to find a get out of jail ticket. It's very difficult to get out of jail ticket with Andrew. Very, very difficult. I've watched this series over and over and over again. A get out of jail ticket with Andrew is impossible. I think only Jay had that ticket. And the reason why Jay was able to get that get out of jail ticket with Andrew was because of how Smurf played on Andrew mentality that impacted Andrew to help your elder sister, Julia Cody, who died 53 seconds into the first episode of the entire series. I think that was the only reason Andrew felt guilty that he should have saved Julia when Smurf kicked her heart. And that's why he gave Jay the get out of jail ticket. That is my analysis on that. If you think I'm wrong, hey, feel free, jump in and, tell me what you think.
It's so beautiful there.
Catherine is dead. Again, Smurf pulled the hilt and Andrew did the job because Smurf was informed that Catherine is becoming a CI. A CI means a confidential informant. Andrew, you see here, is a very, very strong character. Very, very important to this entire whole series and what the plot, the entire whole scene, the themes, the tune, the robbery, the everything. Andrew is the mastermind of everything. But remember, Andrew is also impaired, meaning that Andrew has some mental health issue that the mother did not address when Andrew was younger. So those mental health issue allow the mother to control Andrew just like a robot, where you assign a prompt, a task, and the robot carry out that task. That is Andrew in form of in a short way of describing Andrew in this entire whole series. Andrew is like a robot, and the mom just give her a prompt, and all he does is carry out that task. I'm going to have to play this scene more longer than the other scene so that I will set the entire OP show and narrative around this main scene. Remember, this is a guy from way back Smurf Mother's time, way back. So, in this era, the era of Smurf children, this guy is already old. You know, he's already old, move on with his life, doing his own business. But Smurf, on the other hand, find a way to visit him. And I'm going to play it from here so I can set the tune and the whole plot and the scene of what happened and why this is happening to this guy who does not belong to this main era. That car you see there belongs to Smurf Mother. That is Smurf Mother's car. You know, the name Smurf is bearing. It is this guy, is this main guy that actually gave Smurf this. Uh, uh, I think her name is Julia, Julia Cody or something. But her name, the Smurf you call her, the main character named Smurf, is issued to her by that guy, that main guy who was dating his Smurf mother at that time in 1970 something. So that's Smurf mom car. And Smurf now visited this guy who didn't even know that Smurf still exists. Yeah, I remember her name. Her name is Jenny. Okay. Her name is Jenny Cody. Her daughter name is Julia Cody. But we prefer to call her Smurf because that's the main name she carried throughout the season, the entire whole series. So we'll call her, we'll refer to her. Her name again is Jenny. Her original name given to her by her mother, a single parent mother, is Jenny. The guy who is about to die, who I'm reacting to his death right now, name her Smurf. Okay, and that name originated because, according to him, he said every time Smurf jump into a water, comes out, it looked like a kind of a skin change from a normal skin to blue. So for that, he named her Smurf. And why Smurf? Yeah, he was the one that killed Smurf mother and do away with Smurf mother's car. He was a bad influence, just as Smurf mother was a bad influence to him. But at the end of the day, like I said, in society, the kind of energy we keep around us, the people we keep around us, will affect our life, will affect the things we do, will affect our thinking, will affect everything going forward. From the moment we start associating ourselves with those people to the time we die, the kind of people you keep will affect you. And yeah, we'll see how Smurf mother, Mariam, was affected by Isaiah, who killed her and do away with her car. Now Smurf is just coming back for a payback, and we are going to hear that conversation. It's not going to be a long conversation, but we're going to hear the tune when Smurf starts speaking. Again, that was Isaiah when Isaiah was very young. Okay. He was riding, kicking it with Smurf mother. You know, into this life, you're kicking it, right? You want to go to your friend's house, you want to kick it. Yeah, when you kick it, you want to kick it to make sure you're kicking with the right person. That's all I'm saying. When you're kicking it and be like, hey, mom, I'm going to my friend's place. You know, we're going to have a game time. We're going to have a barbecue. We're going to have a pool time. When you're kicking it, kick it with the right fellas. You kick it with the wrong fellas, you're going to end up way younger in your 6 feet than you thought. And yeah, he was kicking it with Isaiah, not knowing that Isaiah also got his own plan. And yeah, Isaiah just shot the mother in the store and do away with the mother car. And that was the car they were living in. So Smurf went through a lot, not even little. Smurf, the young girl you see right there standing and looking at Isaiah, she went through a lot. She was probably 12 years old. Can you imagine you and your mom live in a car at the age of 12 and then somebody shot your mom, do away with the car? Like, what are you going to do at the age of 12? So, all these scenes you seen set the tone of what made Smurf and her family what they had today.
Rachel?
No, her name is not Rachel. She came to this man, Isaiah, who killed her mother in 1970 something, as Rachel, that she is looking to buy a car. Rachel is not looking to buy a car. Her name is not Rachel. Her name is really Jenny Cody. But our guy name, which we normally call like your second name or nickname, which we call guy name, is Nick. Our nickname is called Smurf. Okay, and he named her Smurf. So he is very surprised, like, Rachel, what are you doing in my property? But her name is not Rachel. Her name is Smurf or Jenny Cody.
People call me.
People call me Smurf now. And the guy, Isaiah, is going to be very surprised. You know, there is no time to say sorry anymore. You know, he already got 2 shots to the stomach and probably going to get 1 to the head. You know, this was the entire whole setting of the scenes of the entire series. You know, how Smurf become what she is today and how she originated in that main name Smurf rather than Jenny Cody. So it was Isaiah, who she's about to kill right now, that gave her that name.
Smurf now.
You can see the look in Isaiah's face. People call me Smurf now. And he's very surprised and be like, wow. Probably the last time he saw Smurf was when she was only 12 years old, when he do away with that car. Right now, Smurf is in her 50s. You know, it's like having that flashback on that girl, that little girl you used to like, you used to be with, you used to raise as your own, coming back to you at this age and killing you. That's why Isaiah is very surprised. But he did a lot of bad things at that time. He killed a mother. So right here is just a payback time. That is that for that scene, and that is how Isaiah died. Isaiah did things in the past that was very bad. He killed Smurf mom, do away with her car, left her stranded. She had nowhere to go, nowhere to stay, nowhere to sleep, all because they were hanging out with the bad and the wrong friends. Smurf came back, took Isaiah's life. That should teach us a lot of lesson in today's society. We should not harm our friends. We should not do away with their property. We should try to mind to use our property to, use our own property and be a little bit, I won't say confident, but satisfied with what we have. Don't be so greedy. Don't be so greedy that every time you want something, you want to reach out for your friend's stuff. You want to reach out for your friend's money. You want to reach out for your friend's girlfriend. You want to reach out for your friend's job. You want to reach out for your friend's property. Not good. Those things have consequences and they can lead to death. And that is the whole narrative I picked out from this scene, because the narrative here is don't betray people. If you betray people, if you do away with people's stuff, the consequence is either you're going to do away for a very long time or you're going to die as well. So be careful when you try to take things that belong to other people.